I'd like to invite Kane Cookson Goodridge and Ralph Payne to the stage.
Good afternoon. My name is Kane Cookson Goodridge, and I'm a senior at Brewer High School. I'm currently a member of the Brewer football and track programs. It gives me great pleasure to tell you about Hall of Fame inductee Steve Campbell. A graduate of 1971, Steve Campbell was an outstanding four-year two-sport athlete for the Brewer Witches, excelling in football and basketball. The gridiron is where Campbell's athletic skills shine brightest. As part of 2 state championship squads, he was a two-way player, excelling at the defensive linebacker and offensive tackle positions. It is his work on defense that makes his legacy shine. His senior year, Brewer's defensive team was the best in the state, only allowing 40 points in 11 games. Mr. Campbell led the team with 122 tackles. The 1970 state championship team had a historic season where they were ranked number 1 in New England and 5th in the nation, the highest ever for a Maine team. He was named first team Maine All-State and All-American honorable mention. As a bright student athlete, Mr. Campbell went on to play football at Dartmouth. Its strong football program was ranked number 1 in the East at the time, and they continued to win the Ivy League championship in his first seasons with the Big Green. He was selected as the defensive captain of the freshman football team and saw significant playing time as a sophomore linebacker. Unfortunately, a knee injury during the preseason of his junior year took him away from the competitive side of the gridiron. Yet his legacy among Brewer football athletes still remains. At this time, I am honored to introduce Ralph Payne to present Steve Campbell for induction into the Brewer Athletic Hall of Fame.
Steve was a teammate, a classmate, and most of all, a friend. Our relationship started in our freshman year of high school and has grown through the years. I have found in my life it takes a lifetime to know how good a friend is. Now I'm going to relate 2 stories. On a Saturday night in 1970, we played a game against Edward Little that had been postponed from Friday night, which allowed the rest of the high schools to attend the game. Bleachers were brought in from Bates College to accommodate the overflow of fans, an estimated 10,000. As we approached the field, we could see the lights of the stadium. The cars were parked alongside the road on both sides and up and down the side streets for a mile. A simple statement: offense sells tickets and defense wins games. And the best offenses and the best defenses were on that field that night. Brewer possessing the best of both. In this pressure-packed game, Brewer's defense won on a pick 6 in the first half. The play I remember the most is when Steve Campbell turned to me as a friend and said, calmly said, would you please split the difference between the end and the flanker and hit him because he's killing my knees. As I remember, the flanker never touched him again because a friend takes care of a friend, especially when he's the best defensive player in the state. The second story is from the 1970 state championship game. In this game, Biddeford scored first and scored as many points as we had given up all season. The turning point of this game was a great tackle by Steve Campbell. A great tackle is heard as much as it is seen. The oohs and the ahs and the cringes of the crowd, the sudden end of the forward movement of the running back 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The opponent realized, game over. Steve was a bedrock of our defense as a great center linebacker. He stopped the run, rushed the quarterback, knocked down passes and intercepted them, and assisted on tackles all over the field. And then in closing, I'm going to paraphrase a few lines of lyrics from a Bob Seger song, Like a Rock. 55 years now, where'd they go? 55 years, I don't know. I sit and I wonder sometimes where they've gone. And sometimes when I'm late at night, when I'm bathed by the firelight, and the moon comes calling a ghostly white, I recall, like a rock standing arrow straight, like a rock charging from the gate, like a rock carrying the weight, like a rock, the sun upon his skin, like a rock hard against the wind, like a rock I see him again, like a rock. And it's now my privilege, honor, and great pleasure to introduce Steve Campbell.
It's absolutely an honor and privilege tonight to be with you. I have great respect for the city of Brewer. It's always been my home, although I've had to be out of the state of Maine for many times during my career. But it's always, when I always think of home, I always think of the city of Brewer. This is where I was born, raised, and this is the people that made me what I am today, built me. And Brewer is a city that builds people. And the key of success, I believe, in sports is you need to take your town and begin building it every year so you continue to get better. And Brewer, I believe, has been very much like that. It goes without saying that I would not be here tonight without the help of many, many people at Brewer. I just have so many friends here. I have so many great memories that I'm so grateful to have been here and had the chance to be born here. I would not be here without the help of many, many people. I would like to mention Coach Perrone, Coach White in football. I'd like to mention our educational, Brewer High School, who gave me an excellent education and allowed me to, when I graduated, to move in, to go to a very good school. And I want to thank the city of Brewer for your support of our football team and our sports teams. I mean, that support, when we used to march down the road in Brewer with our team, having the crowd there was, I can't tell you what a motivation that was for me and our team. So thank you, Brewer. Thank you for your support of our school, our team. You're the best. And that's what I want to talk about tonight, why you are the best, why I believe you're the best, is that when you look at the history of Brewer's sports program, and when I was in the, up at the gym today, and you walk in that gym, you see all those trophies around. What a great level of success. Brewers should be extremely proud of what they've done over the years. But what comes into my mind is, what's Brewers' advantage? What do they have? What is that secret sauce they have that's allowed them to be dominant for so long? And I'm going to give you my opinion what the secret sauce is, because that's important to know, because one thing you don't want to lose is the secret sauce that makes you good. So from my perspective, I've identified what I think is 3 things that may be the secret sauce, and we definitely will want to keep. First of all, it's the word excellence. Brewers strives for excellence. We don't go into a game or go in anything unless we're going to compete and compete well. We want to win. So that level of excellence forces our players to come up to another level to be successful. And as such, we're building people on the way. We're building people to strive for a stretch goal and let them work to get there. And that's how a team continues to get better, continues to be able to compete, and continues to win. The second part is, and I've worked for many companies, is there's one thing many schools don't do and businesses don't do, is that they bring people in, but they don't train them. They don't show them how to get things done. They let them, they sit there and they give them orders, and they walk away, and you wonder why their players never get any better. Well, you gotta work with people. You've got to use mentorship. You've got to mentor them. You've got to help them work their way up to another level of performance. And you've got to develop people. You've got to work with your teams. You've got to work with people to help them slowly try to achieve their goals. Make it personal for them, because you want them to get better. You want them to succeed. So I believe that's another thing a part of Brewer is that when I went into high school, I was a chubby little kid who was shy. In fact, my senior year, I was voted the most shy person in the class. So I wasn't Mr. Aggressive going in there. However, Coach Perone, Coach White helped me progress. So when I graduated from high school, I had the basic foundation to succeed. And I went in some very difficult schools and things like that. Here's a guy who worked in Nissan's Bakery, worked in the paper mill. And all of a sudden he goes to Dartmouth, which is, to say the least, is kind of a lot of rich people. And a guy who works in a bakery, that was a tough road to hoe. But one thing I'll tell you, when I was in freshman year and captain of the team, is when I went there and I told him I played for Brewer High School. I told him he was ranked number 5 in the nation. And they laughed at me. Brewer, Maine, what's going on here? I'll let you know right now. Didn't take very long, so they were never saying that again. They found out what a player from Brewer can do and how well they've been coached, how well they've been trained, and that's what Brewer is. My feeling is that, and the last thing, is teamwork and leadership. That's one thing Brewers always had. Brewers had good teamwork, good leadership. You've had great coaches who led. Again, without great people, you're not going to make any progress. So you've been very fortunate to have some great people, great players, and that's allowed Brewer to continue every year to succeed. And I think that is one of the key traits that's kept Brewer in the limelight of winning. Last is, and this is going to be my point this evening, is that whether we know it or not, what our real role is and what Brewer really is good at, our job is to build people, build our students, help people reach their goals, and by building people, you're going to continue to have your teams continue to be competitive, continue to win. So when you look at yourself, and you look at Brewer High School, and you look at everything else, you're building people. And I think that's absolutely critical trait for your success, for Brewer's success over the years. I believe overall that the foundation of Brewer's success is the recognition that our people are our greatest competitive advantage. Great companies, why are they great? They have great people. Great teams, why are they great? They have great people. So guess what? When you take care of your people and help them progress and help them succeed, they're going to take you to success and achievement. It's like Clydesdale horses pulling a thing. They're going to just take you to where you want to go as a leader of a company or a leader of a coach. So those things, I think, are extremely important. And so we need to look at ourselves as builders. We got people that most people want to succeed. They want to do better, and we build. And being with Coach Perone and all the people, having a great education in Brewer High School, that was the people I worked with in education and school. Every day they was trying to help you get better. And very fortunate, when I was fat and shy, I ultimately did get better, and that always stuck with me. It always was a strong affiliation to Brewer and what they have done for me and what they have done for other players sitting here tonight. So I believe that. My career has taught me an important lesson. I worked in business for a long time, and I saw companies that basically paid no attention to people. They never said hello. They never said anything. They just kind of walked by the people like there was a light. And there's no way you're going to build people that way. There's no way people are going to buy into what you want to do and take the company or take the business forward. So I believe building greatness, whether it's a business, a school, a team, I believe the city of Brewer and its people, the high school and others have adopted a basic principle which has led to great teams. Greatness has been attained by not focusing on money, fame, or fortune, but on a total commitment to build our teams, our people in general, and to assure opportunities for our people to obtain the success they deserve in the future endeavors they want to partake on. When you look at the long-term success of Brewer sports programs and their alumni, I found names of many influential leaders and coaches who were driven to build excellence in their teams, to allow momentum to be built for the ongoing success in the future of Brewer and its people. My friends, I recommend tonight, continue your focus on building our people of Brewer, and the reward you will reap will be far in excess of what you put in. The people of Brewer and the reward you will reap are critical to helping Brewer always move forward and continue to have those great trophies on the walls and continue to win. Many of my heroes and our heroes and leaders are in this building tonight, and I salute you and your accomplishments. I believe Brewer is destined for ongoing great success. Why do I believe this? Am I just a crazy old guy? Doesn't know what he's talking about? Could be. That's a possibility. I believe in the people of Brewer. Brewer will never relinquish their desire to succeed. The ability to always get up when you fall is a sign of a great winner. And that is what our city and people are. I have been so fortunate to have lived in the city of Brewer with all of its great people. As I close my speech tonight, I hope I was clear as far as what I believe the secret of Brewer is and what has made Brewer such a great city and why it's going to be successful in the future. Because the people of Brewer want it to be successful, and they'll always work hard to make sure Brewer is successful. With that group, you can't be beaten. So remember that. Remember how tough you are, how Brewer is just a unique entity. It just didn't happen by luck, all those trophies are around. You think they just happened by accident? It didn't. There was a secret sauce out there that whether you knew it or not, you were focusing on, that made you be highly successful. God bless the people of Brewer and its athletic heroes who we honor tonight. I would like to mention two things in ending my presentation that I think I've always taken with me, and I think it has a lot of merit with student athletes, etc. First of all, be more concerned about your character than your reputation. What you really are is your character, not your reputation. It's important to be an honest, empathetic person who wants to help people. You're there to help. You're there to grow people, and that's extremely important. None of us like to make mistakes. We hate it, we don't want to admit it, etc. A mistake is valuable if you do four things. First of all, recognize it. Second of all, admit it. Learn from it, and that's one of the key things. Learn from your mistake, because if you learn from your mistake, you're going to even get better in the future. And forget it. Forget it. Once you make a mistake, you evaluate it and you move on, and you fight not to make that mistake again. Do not carry your dirty laundry around yourself, always thinking about the mistake you made. You've got to forget it, and you've got to move on. Secondly, is that we all have dreams. We all want to attain certain things in our mind. And many times we just don't dare to do it, don't dare to try. The first step is believe you can. Believe you can reach it. And when you do that, you're already 50% on the way there. It's never too late to be what you might have been. We all think about, look back at our history, and look back, geez, I really could have done that and stuff like that. But you never go back. You never try to make up for it. My last point is, it's never too late to be what you might have been. Don't be afraid to go back and try to make yourself better. It's how we all get better and how we all move forward. It's been an honor to be part of the Brewer ecosystem. I admire you all there. I have a high regard for Brewer and all the things that we've talked about tonight as far as things that Brewer is moving ahead, they're moving forward. And you're part of something that's got the momentum now to move forward. Never give up. Never worry about a loss. Brewer's tough. Brewer is good, and Brewer will succeed in the future. God bless you all, and thank you so much for your attention.